box will take place. It will decide whether we have enough space to create the data set or not. And after that,
Sir, your
it will
voice
read.
is low.
My voice is low.
Yes, sir.
How about now?
It's fine, sir.
Okay, is it okay now?
It's fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No. I told you it will start reading that variables information. In the descriptor area, it will save the variable name, the data type, length of the variable, label of the variable, informant of the variable, and the format of the variable. And I told you these 6 things are called variable attributes.
Metadata.
Information will be stored in descriptor area, and the information is called metadata. And what is metadata? How we can define metadata? Metadata is nothing but data about
Saving of table information.
data about data. So that is not actual data, but the table data. And after that, we are going to have a PDV. PDV means a program data vector. In the PDV, we are going to have one box for each variable of our program, plus we are going to have 2 automatic variables. What are the 2 automatic variables that we will have? Underscore and underscore. And I told you in the PDV, by default, all the numerical variables are going to have a period symbol. All the character variables will have a blank space. In the starting, underscore r underscore is going to have a 0, and underscore r underscore will have 1 at the starting. Okay, and after that, this is the end of the compilation phase. And I told you next what is going to happen. Next execution phase will take place. During the execution phase, each record will be get executed by each statement one time. And I told you we can compare this one with the voting process. Just imagine each record is in a voter, and each statement is just like a polling officer. So now each record will be get communicated and executed by each statement one time. So first data DS1, that means in the work library it will create a DS1 data set, and then later input statement will be get executed. By default, space is a delimiter. I told you space or 8 characters, whichever comes first, it will read up to that one. So one value from the input buffer will enter into PDV. Now, before the run statement, we are going to have an output statement. Now, this output statement will write that observation which is present in the PDV into the data set. But since automatic variables by default, those we are going to have a drop option, those 2 automatic variables will be get dropped in the PDV itself. So we cannot see those variables in the data set. So when observation moving from input buffer into PDV, from the PDV into data set, and the whole process I told you we call it as one iteration or one cycle. So when first cycle has got over, now all the PDV is going to be get reinitiated, but underscore r underscore, since we do not have any error, that remains 0, but underscore r underscore now it will be 2. So that means now it is ready for the second cycle or second iteration. Again, the second record will come into input buffer. From that it will move into PDV. From the PDV it will go into data set. That means that is the second cycle, second iteration. In this way, since we have 6 observations in our program, 6 cycles will take place. For each cycle, underscore n underscore is going to be get incremented by +1. During the whole process, since we do not have any errors, all the time underscore r underscore is going to be 0. But if you have any error, then underscore r underscore will become 1. Otherwise, it remains 0. So this is how the program will be get executed. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is what we have seen in the last class, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. They will ask you a question, what is a descriptor area? And what is your answer is going to be? Descriptor area contains metadata. What is metadata? Then the question you'll get, what is metadata? Data about data. So what information you can find in the metadata? So we can find variable characteristics, and we call it as a variable attributes. What are the variable attributes you can see? Variable name, data type, length,
Variable
label,
informant,
format. But unfortunately, you don't know about format and format yet, and we'll discuss that one maybe from tomorrow's class. And then they will ask you, what is PDV? PDV is nothing but program data vector. It is a logical memory area in PDV, along with the variable that we have written in the program, plus we are going to have two automatic variables. And then they will ask you, what are the automatic variables that you know? So far, we know two automatic variables, underscore error underscore n underscore. Then they will ask you, what do you mean by underscore n underscore, which is nothing but number of iterations. What values you can find? For the first cycle, the underscore n underscore value will be 1. For the second cycle, second iteration, then it will be 2, and so on and so on. But what is underscore error underscore? It will always be 0. But if you have error, then it will become 1. How many errors that we have in one observation, but still underscore error underscore is going to be only 1. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
So this is what we have seen in the last one. So this is the program what I have written. Now tell me, do we have any mistakes in this program? Any errors in this program? No. If we do not have any error in the log window, we cannot find that automatic variables. It will tell you only how much of real time it is used or how much of CPTM it has been utilized. But if you have any error in our program, now since I have a logical error, name I'm writing a numerical variable, but the data is character data, it cannot understand. Now can you say in the log window, now we can find the two automatic variables. Underscore error underscore, since we have an error, 1, underscore error underscore first observation 1, second observation 2, and so on and so on. Now I'm committing 2 mistakes. So for sex also, I didn't write the dollar symbol, but still if I execute the program, even though you have 2 errors in one observation, but underscore error underscore always be 1. So if you do not have any error, can we find that information in the log window?
No.
Since I do not have any error in the log window, that underscore n underscore error underscore will not be get print. But I want to see. Even though I do not have error, I want to see. Now, if you want to see any variable value, I think in the day before yesterday's class, I told you we should write a statement called put. Now, you know what I'm doing? In the put statement, I'm writing underscore all underscore. You know what you mean by underscore all underscore? That means all the variables of PDV. Now tell me what are the variables that we can find in the PDV if this is the program?
ID name,
Age, salary,
underscore
automatic variables.
Underscore n and
So along with these 5 variables, we are going to have 2 automatic variables. Now, what are the values that you can expect in automatic variables? Since I do not have any error, underscore error underscore is going to be 0 only, but underscore from we are going to have from 1 to 6. See? Now, this is how it is going to print. Can you see ID value, name, age, sex, salary, and underscore. And since we do not have any error, it is always be 0, underscore n underscore number of iterations from 1 to 6. Understand this one, everybody? So if you want to see what are the variables that we have in the PDV, if you want to see all the variables, what is the statement you should write now?
Put underscore
Underscore. What do you mean by underscore? All the variables of PDV. Understand this one? Okay. Now in the interview, this is the question that you will get. You have a error. I have 1,000 records in a program. In that 996 record having an error. How you can find out we have an error in the 996th record? Now we'll see that one. Now say for example, take this as an example. How many records we have in this program now? 6 records, right?
Yes.
Now in the 4th record, in the age variable, I have, value like this one. Now tell me, age is a numerical variable or character variable? Numerical. But you know that a numerical variable can read only numerical data. But unfortunately, in the fourth record, we have a character data. I didn't check this one. Now I'm executing this program. You know, if I go to the log window, what is the error I'm going to get? In the fourth record, I am going to have underscore n underscore is equal to 4, underscore r underscore is equal to 1. What does it mean?
In the
It means in the fourth record, we have an error.
Mhm.
So why underscore 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 n underscore is equal to 4? Because this is the fourth record. Why we have underscore r underscore is equal to 1? Because we have an error. So that is how we can find in which record we have an error.
Sir,
So this, yes,
can you please explain rules, sir? That line.
this one, this is called input buffer. One hyphen is nothing but 1 byte. This is how we are going to have in the backend input buffer. Okay.
Clear, sir.
This is about a backend process. Now, I want to create a data set. By the way, guys, this is very, very important where we can find these nodes, you know, in our topics. First topic is in a history and basic rules of SAS. There we can find in the last page. But I didn't given the notes in this much in depth. But this concept is very, very important, both interview point of view, understanding the programming errors point of view. Okay. Now I'm creating a data set from text file on my desktop SAS. Again, SAS data. In that we have demo over text file. Shift right click, copy as path. I'm going to the program and creating a data set. Now you know how to create data set, right? Data, emp semicolon, then in file, the path of the text file, semicolon, then I'm writing the input. I want to have emp ID, name, dollar symbol, age, sex, dollar symbol, salary, and then location, dollar symbol. Semicolon run. Tell me if I execute this program, what will happen? It will create a data set called emp. Where will it get created?
Work library.
Work library.
Very good. Now, since I'm not having any mistakes in my program, any errors in the program, in the log window, you cannot find any errors. Simply it will show you, you know, how many variables and how many observations we have. Work.emp has got 23 observations and 6 variables, and the real time is 0.06 seconds, and the CPU time 0.04 seconds. And now we can understand. Okay. Now we can understand that, you know, we have 23 records. For the first record, underscore will be 1, then 2. Each record will go to first input buffer, then will come to PDB. From the PDB, it will go to data set. So that is called one cycle. In this way, 20 cycles will take place. Now, as a result, in the work library, we have a data set called EMP. Now, I do not want to open this data set to check the data. Now, what is the alternative that we have to check the data?
In the log window by putting
Put option.
Now by writing in it, not a put option, it is a put statement. Put. Now in the put statement, what I should write now?
Underscore.
Only
For example, if I write underscore or underscore, tell me what will happen now?
all variables are
What do you mean by all the variables?
variables.
What do you mean by all the variables?
Name,
What do you mean by?
emp ID name, age,
ID name.
Along with these 6 variables, it will also print underscore and underscore. It will print those variables also. But I don't want to have these automatic variables. I want to have only the variables which are present in my program. So in that scenario, what should I do? I should write instead of underscore, I should write the variable.
MPID name is
If I had EMP ID, tell me what values it will print now in the log window.
only MPID.
Only
Only
EMP.
EMP. Now I want to have the name values also. Now I'm writing EMP ID space name. Now it will print the name values also. Now select the program, execute it. Now in the log window, now we can see the name values also. Now I want to print even age values also. Now I'm writing age. Now, you know what is going to happen in the log window? Do you know how it is going to print? It is going to print 101 space Vishal space 29 or something. It is how it is. Now tell me, between the EMP ID and name, between the name and age, what we can see in the log window? We have a single space. Can you see this one? Very good. Now I want to print other variables also, values also. So I'm writing after the age, I'm writing the 6, then I'm writing the salary, then I'm writing the location. Now if I execute the program, now all the 6 values will print in the log window. That means we are getting 1 observation. We are getting all the 23 observations, 6 variable values, but between the values we are having an single space. Clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Now, where we can see the values now, apart from the data set?
In the log
We can
window.
see the log.
Log window.
Very good. We can see the log window.
By using
You know why put statement writing the values in the log window? Because by default we are going to have a statement called file. In the file statement, by default we have a log. That's why these values are printing in the log window. That's the default. Even if you are not writing it, by default what we are going to have? By default we are going to have a file log. That's right. Every time the put statement is printing the variable values in the log window. మీరు రాయకపోయినా కానీ డిఫాల్ట్ గా ఫైల్ ఏముంటుందండి? లాగ్.
log.
Now this time what I'm doing is I'm changing that log. What you can write apart from the log? Apart from the log, we can write an option called print. File print. You know, if you write a print, what will happen now? It will print the values in the output window. So far, where we have that information, where you are getting the information in the log window.
Log window.
Log window.
But now the direction, the address will be changed from the log window into output window. Now see, I'm writing file print. Now execute the program. Now can you see where I'm getting my data now? Where we are getting the data? We are getting the data in the output window. Understand this one? Manjula, I'm not getting your voice. Tell me.
Log window, it will not show it, sir, again.
No, it
If
will
you
not.
mention the log window.
If you mention the log window, it will print in the log window.
Okay.
Okay, now see, I'm cleaning the log window first. You know how to clean any window?
Control plus E.
Very good. Control plus E. Now, if I execute the program, you will not get in the log window now. Where it will just see that nothing, no information in the log window, no observations. Where it is printing now? It is printing only in output window. But if you even though if you are not writing or if you specify log, now where it will print now? It will print in the log.
Log.
So it will print in the log window. So by default, even if you are not writing this statement, it will print in the log window. You can also write file log. But if I write the file print, where it is printing now? Output. Now, I do not want to print in the output window. I want to print on my desktop in a text file. I want to print on my desktop in a text file. Now see, I'll go to the desktop. I'm creating a text document, new text document, and giving the name of the text document. Say for example, you know, EMP details. I'm getting the path of this one. Shift right click, copy as path. Now go to the program. Now instead of file print, now what I'm writing now, I am writing the path of the text file. Can you see where it is? Where we have this one on the desktop? EMP details text file. What is this file? It is a text file. Now, if I execute this program, now the direction will be get changed from output window onto my desktop in a text file. Now, if I open this one, so can you see what we have now? We have the data.
Data.
So that means we changed the direction of the data from log window into output window. From output window also where we can change that into external to the SAS, outside the SAS. Could you able to follow everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I will write the program again. Oh, this is my program. Tell me, if I execute this program again, what will happen if I execute this program? It will create a data set in the work library.
Work library.
But I want to see the EMPID value in the log window. Tell me, what should I do?
Before run statement, we have
You
to
have to give put statement.
Put statement.
MPID.
Employee ID.
Now tell me why it is printing in the log window. Put statement, why it is printing in the log window?
By default, it is file log.
By default, we have a file statement. File statement, what we are going to have?
Log.
File log.
Now, if I execute the program, now can you see in the log window, we are getting all the 23 employee IDs.
ID numbers.
But you should remember, you should understand one thing. Where this employee ID is printing in the log window, it is printing from the first column. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
On the extreme left side from the starting.
Yes, sir.
But I do not want to print it here. I will do one thing. First, I will print like this one. Now I want to print the name also. If you want to print the name also, what should I write in the put statement? I should.
Name.
I want to print the age also, then sex also. Then I want to print the salary and the location. Now it will print all the 6 variable values in the log window. You know, between the values we have a single space. Because of this, the data is very unaligned. Data is very confusing. Because between the employee ID and Gusha 101 Gusha we have single space. Between Gusha and A's we have single space. Because of that, some names are lengthy, some names are very short. So because of that, data is in non-aligned manner. Now in the log window, I want to print this data in a aligned manner. Now you want to print that one. Go to that program. In the put statement, before the variable name, I am writing @ and I'm telling @ then I'm writing a 10. You know what is this 10? So that means in the log window, print the employee ID from the 10th column. So that means if this is the log window, you know what? This is the first column. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. So from here onwards, I want to print the employee ID. So now see, I am writing in the put statement @10, then EMPID. Now see, if I execute the program, now in the log window, now can you see where this employees are printing now?
Okay.
From 10.
Not from the starting. Now it is printing from the 10th column.
10th column.
But the remaining values are printing just with one space
Space.
difference. Now in the same way, I want to print the name values from the 20th column. If you want to print the name from the 20th column before the name @ 20 space.
Space name.
Now in the log window, employees are going to print from the 10th column and names are going to print from the 20th column. Now, can you see the name is printing from the 20th column? Now in the same way, I want to print A's values from 45th column. Now again, what should I do? Now before the A's, @ 45. That means if I execute the program, now the A's values will print from the 45th column. Now can you see? Now we are getting the data in aligned. Now in the same way, I want to print the gender maybe from 60th column. Now I'm going to specify @60. Now select the program, execute it. Now can you see if I execute the program, now in the log window, now can you see the sex values are printing on the 60th column? In the same way, I want to print the salaries from 75th column. I'm writing 75. @75. Because any column number, since I'm specifying @75, now the salary values are printing from the 75th column. In the same way, I want to print the location from 90th column. I'm going to specify @90. Now, can you see what is going to happen? Now the location will print from the 90th column. This is how we are getting. Now, can you see? Now in the log window also, we are getting the data in aligned manner. Clear, everybody?
Sir, can we use the file print option on behalf of prop print?
That's what. So far, I am writing a file by default log. But if you want to print the same data in output window, what should I write now?
Print.
Print. Now I'm writing a print option.
Sir, but
But
actually, both are not, both results are not coming as same, sir.
Which one? Which both?
If you use proc print means it's showing in the center of the tab, but when you use
Proc print
file
is a
print,
different one. Proc
Yes,
print,
sir.
that's a different. It's a processor. It will print the
Okay.
data in the center. We can apply the styles and everything. We can get HTML.
Okay, sir.
But here you will not get HTML window. We'll get only in the text document or on the Word document.
Okay.
Okay, both are
So
not
that,
same. This is a data step reporting. That's a proc step reporting.
okay.
Now,
Sir, can we
if
transfer the files using text only, but can we use the Excel or any other thing?
no, you cannot. You can do only in text document and Word document.
Okay.
Now,
Got it.
if I execute the program, now can you see now where these values are printing now?
Center.
In the output window. Why it is printing in the output window? Because in the file statement we have given the print option. Can you see? But in the output window also it is printing in the aligned manner. So that means whatever that option column number that you specified, it is working now in the output window also. And by the way, I do not want to have an output window. I want to have it onto my desktop in a text file. So I want to have into this text file. Now shift, right click, copy as path, go to the program. Now what should I do instead of print? What should I write now? I should write.
Path of.
Now select the program, execute it. Now it will print on the desktop in a file called emp details. Now can you see in the text file also we are getting data in aligned manner. Clear everybody so far?
Yes, sir. And can file log, file print it, where it appears, sir, in in work library. I mean output.
In output, I didn't get you. You can get it anywhere.
Okay.
No.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, as you said, if we give output, means if you don't give log, then it will show in the. If you give print, it will show in the output, right? So, what is the use of getting in the output, sir?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, okay.
No. Keep it this data set aside for some time. I want to create a class data set in the work library. Tell me how we will write the program.
Data class. Yeah.
Set.
They call it
Now we go to the program. Now we'll get a data set called class. Where you will get the class data set, by the way?
work library.
Very good. Now you will get a data set called class in the work library. And if you want to see what data that we have here, what I should do? We should open the data set, right? Because in the log window, it will tell you how many observations and how many variables we have. Only it will tell you only that one. But if you want to see what are the variables, what are the observations, if you want to see anything, you should open the data set. But what is the alternative that we have now? You can see in the if you want to see anything, underscore. Tell me what it is going to print in log window. Do you know how many variables we have in the SAS self-guard class?
No.
We have 5 variables. Along with the 5 variables, now it will print 2 automatic variables in the log window: name, sex, age, height, weight, underscore, error underscore, underscore, underscore. Now tell me how many observations we have in this data set now?
19 observations.
Because we have underscore, underscore, maximum 19. But I do not want to have all the variables of PDV. I want to have only the variables of a data set. Then what should I do now?
We need to write the variable names.
Very good. In the put statement, we have to specify the variable names. Yes, I want to print the name variable. Then I want to print the sex variable. I want to print the age variable. I want to print the height variable. And I want to print the weight variable. Now tell me what will happen in the log window. It will print only 5 variable values, not the automatic variable. But between the variable values, what we have?
Space.
Because of the space, the data is not in aligned manner and it looks very ugly. I want to print in a specific column. So if you want to print a specific column, what I should do now?
At the rate.
Before
At the
each
rate
and every
column
variable,
number.
write the at the rate symbol and write the
Column
column number. I want to print the name from the 10th column. I want to print the sex from the 25th column. Just randomly I'm giving. I want to print the age from 35th column, 35. I want to print the height from 45th column, 45. I want to print weight from the 55th column at 55. Now, whatever the column numbers that I have given, yes.
Sir, specific variable names mention చేస్తే automatic variables log window కనిపించవా సార్?
No. Whatever the variable that you have in the push statement, only those variables we can see.
Okay. If we mention all, then only.
Then you can say all the variables of the data set plus automatic variables.
Okay. Thank you.
Now select the program, execute it, go to the log window. Now can you see we have all the 5 variable values, that too the values are in array. Now I do not want to have in the log window, then what should I do? Where we can also print?
So 20 in
Output. And if you want to print output window, what should I write? File.
File print.
Now the values will print in the output window. Okay, here. But I do not want to have an output window. I want to have on my desktop in a text file.
Copy of path.
Copy the path.
So creating a text file. I'm giving the text file name as a class. I'm getting the path, shift right click, copy as path. Now I go to the program. Now in the file statement, what should I do? I should get the
We
path.
have to give the
But
location.
instead of giving entire path, what I will do? I will have another alternative. First of all, I'm going to create a file shortcut. File name. I'm creating a shortcut called Srini. Then path of the text file. If I execute this one line, what is the shortcut we are going to have now?
Srini.
Now in the file
Srini.
statement, what I can write now?
Srini.
Srini is nothing but a class text file, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, if I select the program, execute the program. Now, if I go on the desktop, now we have a class text file. Now, can you see? We have all the 5 variable values, so we have 19 observations. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I give this text file to you, can you understand what data it is? No. Because you don't know what is this 11, 12, 13 or something. You don't know what is 51.3. You don't know what is 50.5 until unless we have a variable names.
Variable name.
Isn't it? So that means if you
Yes, sir.
submit the data like this one, nobody can understand what data it is. So you should have a variable names. Now, if you want to, so that means whenever I want to submit the data in a text file like this one, what should I have? Not only like this one, I should have before the data, I should have variable name. Here I want to have a name, and here I should have a sex or a gender. Here I should have age or something, and here I should have a height, and here we should have a weight. Then only you can understand what data it is. Isn't it? So that means not only the 19 observations, I want to export the variable names. Now, if you want to export the variable names, what we should do? If I specify name, what is this? It is a name variable. Where we have this name variable? This name variable is present in the SAS center. And by the way, one very important thing, if I execute the program, now I have two alternatives. One is it is creating a data set in the work library, and at the same time, where it is printing the data now?
The
It is
desktop.
printing on my desktop in a text file called class.txt. All I want to do is I want to see the data. I want to put the data in the text file. When I want to put the data only in the text file, then why should I create a data set? I do not want to create a data set at all. Because if I create this unnecessarily, it's wasting some memory. So I do not want to create data set. No, I'm not writing a data set name. If you do not write a data set name, tell me what will happen now if I execute this program. Now, since I'm not writing a data set name, you know what SAS will do? It will create its own data set called data1.
Default data.
If I execute the same program again, what will happen?
Data.
How many times execute? Every time it will create one new data set. I do not want to create data set at all. I want to save some space, but unfortunately, If you're not writing a data set, then it is creating its own data set. Even more, it's going, wasting of memory. So I do not want to create a data set at all. Now, if you do not want to create a data set, then don't write the data set. If you don't write the data set, the program is going to get executed? No, because you should start the program with the data. In the scenario, in the data statement, we are going to write a special purpose data set called underscore null underscore. What is this underscore null underscore? It is a special purpose data set. What it will do, it will allow us to execute the program, but it will not create a data set. Program execute అయిపోతుందండి, కానీ data set ని మాత్రం create చేయదు. See, now I'm selecting this program. Before that, I'll go on my desktop. I'm deleting this text file. Okay, and I'm deleting this text file also. Do we have a class text file now? No. Now I'm selecting this program, executing this program. If I execute the program, now do we have a data set here?
No.
No. But if I go on my desktop, we have a class text file and we have the data. When we get this class text file, when the program got successfully executed, that means the program got successfully executed. That's why we have a text file on the desktop, but we do not have a data set.
Data set. Okay, sir.
So what is this underscore null underscore? It is a special purpose data set. What it will do, it will allow us to execute the program, but it will not create a data set.
Data set.
Sir,
Clear?
you don't have name also, sir. Data set name.
No, you know it won't create anything, but it will execute the program.
Okay.
So we are going to have few scenarios where we want to execute the program, but we do not want to create a data set. In such scenarios, in the data set, what we are going to write now, we are going to write data underscore null underscore.
Underscore.
Now, in today's class, we came across three important new statements. One is data underscore null underscore. The second statement is file statement, and the third statement is put statement.
Sir,
Okay.
if we keep underscore error underscore in the put option, does it show the error also?
If we have error, since we do not have any error, there is no error, right?
Yes, sir. There is no error, but it in the log
Yeah.
window, if we
It will print. Say, for example, if you specify S65 underscore error underscore, now what it will do? It will print the underscore underscore value. It will print the zeros.
Zeros without.
Okay.
yes, sir.
It will print whatever the value that we have in the PDB. It will print everything.
Sir, only program execute అవుతుంది, data set రాదు. And log window లో ఈ observations గురించి information వస్తుందా సార్? Observation variables.
Log window లో only ఎన్ని వేరియబుల్స్ ఎన్ని అబ్జర్వేషన్ ఉన్నాయి మాత్రమే వస్తుంది. కానీ పుట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇక్కడ ఏమి రాస్తాను? వాట్ ఐ హావ్ రిటన్ ద పుట్ స్టేట్మెంట్, సారీ ఫైల్ స్టేట్మెంట్.
Screen, I mean,
It will print in the desktop. If you do not have a Srini, if you have an, say for example, log, now it will print in the log window.
Okay.
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 So in today's class, the first statement that we are going to discuss is underscore null underscore. And what is an underscore? It is a special purpose, special purpose data set. It will allow us to execute the program, but it will not create a data set. Understand this one? And the second one is a file statement. Previous classes we have seen in file statement. Then what we write in the in file statement?
Data lines, path.
When we have HTML data, we write the data
Path.
lines. When we have a text file data, we write the path of the text file. So that means what in file statement will tell? No, in file statement will tell us from where we should get the data, from where we need to get the data, from where we need to capture the data. Now the file statement works exactly opposite to in file. In file ఏమో డేటాని ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకోవాలో చెప్తుంది, but file statement will tell you where you need to send the data. Where you need to send the data. By default, it will send the data to the log window, or you can send the data into output window, or you can send the data outside the SAS. So file statement works exactly opposite to in file. Okay, it specifies a location. It specifies location where we want to print the data. Understand this one. Now, the third statement that we have is a put statement. You know what? This put statement exactly works opposite to input. Generally, what we write in the input statement? Variable names. If you write a variable names, what will happen? Whatever the data that we collected through in file, now put statement will put the data into those variables. Now, put statement works exactly opposite to input. Input statement will print the variable data in the location specified by file statement. It will print variable data, variable data in the location specified by file statement. It will print the variable data in the location specified by the file statement. Now, by using data underscore null underscore file statement, put statement, we can report the data. Generally, in the starting classes, I told you we can report the data by using only proc step. Proc step is useful for analysis and data reporting. But sometimes we can also report the data by using a data step. And this is called, what we call it as we call it as a data step reporting. In the data step reporting, since we are using a null step underscore null underscore concept, and this is also called as a null reporting. So tomorrow's class, I will show you how to report the data by using a data step or by using data underscore null underscore concept. Clear everybody so far?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we have to mention this underscore before all, like put underscore all underscore.
Put.
Like underscore you are mentioning, so it is mandatory for keeping underscore before all of all.
That is different. No, say for example, if I write a data TS, set say for example self.class. Okay. If I say for example put underscore or underscore, what will happen?
Automatically.
It will create a data set, and at the same time it will print the data, all the data in log window. Now, when we have a data in the log window, why should I create a data set? I don't want to have a data set. But if you do not want to write if you don't write the data set, what will happen now? It will create its own automatic data set. I do not want to have a data set at all. Then what we write now?
Underscore.
Now see what I'm doing. First of all, I'm cleaning the log window. I'll go to that here. We have a work library also. Now see, if I execute the program, it will not create a data set, but it will print the data now in the log window. Underscore all underscore is to print all the variables of PDV. Underscore null underscore is not to create a data set but execute the program. Both are different.
Okay.
Sir, how to
clear everybody?
Sir, how to export the data along with variable names?
We'll see that in the data step reporting, null reporting. We'll see in tomorrow. Okay. How to export the data, how to write the headings, and how to print the data. We see everything in tomorrow's class. Okay.
Sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Right, sir. The last lines are not visible.
Yes.
Hello, sir. If we అంటే ఇప్పుడు అండర్స్కోర్ నల్ అండర్స్కోర్ డాటా స్టేట్మెంట్ లో పెట్టేసి మనం పుట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ కానీ ఫైల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ కానీ ఇండికేట్ చేయకపోతే ఆ సాస్ హెడ్ డాట్ క్లాస్ డాటా అనేది ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అవుతుంది సార్?
ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అవుతుంది? డేటా సెట్ క్రియేట్ అవ్వదు, మీరు పుట్ రాలేదు కాబట్టి లాగ్ విండోలో కూడా ప్రింట్ అవ్వదు. ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది కానీ దెన్ విల్ బి నో రిజల్ట్.
అంటే we can't see the data.
You can't see it because you didn't write the put statement, right?
Okay, sir.
So it will not print any variable values anywhere.
So if we want to write underscore null underscore, we have to specify either put statement or file statement.
See, if you don't write that one, it's going to be useless.
Sure.
Okay? Program execute అయిపోతుంది. The program will get executed. Since we didn't write the put statement, you will not get that output in the log window.
Oh,
And at the same time, no data set will get created.
got it.
Sir, what happens if we mention null at in-file statement, sir?
In-file?
Yes, sir.
You will get an error. In-file, you should write either data lines or chords or path of the text file. You should not add anything other than that.
If we want to get a empty data set means
Empty data set. What you mean by empty
like
data set?
only just a table, sir.
We have seen a zero variable data set by writing a null input or semicolon.
Okay, let me check. I will check it.
You will get an error. Okay.
Okay.